Hi everyone, I've got a cool thing to show you. My album art cover display. I want to show you how I came up with, designed and made this.
So to start with, I had to get inspired. I'm doom scrolling Instagram, as one does, until I find it. This account called TuneShine, which makes displays for album covers. Now I think this is pretty cool, but they don't offer support for YouTube music. And I'd soon find out why that was the case. However, I thought my skills weren't too bad. Why don't I just make it myself? So, well, that's what I did. After adding this to the list of projects, I started brainstorming, figuring out how mine would work.
So, the phone plays music. Then, through magic, this image, this album cover, is taken out of the phone and sent through the local Wi-Fi to the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi converts it into pixels and puts it onto the display. That's the plan.
Software and circuitry is always what I start with. So, after some brief research, I found what I needed for this project. A Raspberry Pi, the microcomputer that will be the brains of this project, receiving data and displaying it. A HAT interfaces between the screen and the Raspberry Pi, making wiring easier. A signal cable to run between the HAT and the display, and power cables for the screen. And LED display, the main component where the album art will be displayed. And of course, I will need a lot of patience. As you will see from all the time lapses in this video, the coding, the assembling, the designing, the troubleshooting, everything takes a lot of time. Assembling the components is a minor hassle, even with the benefits of the HAT. After fully assembling the components, I moved on to software. I started researching ways of getting the music art from my phone. Now, most other streaming services allow you to do this with an API. However, for some reason, YouTube Music doesn't have one. Well, okay, they do. It's unofficial and not the best. So it looked like it'd be a bit more complicated than that. I tried pulling the notification image with existing Android apps like Tasker and Notification Grabber. However, this didn't work either. After a while of struggling, I thought I might try to develop an app. Now look, I'll be honest, I used AI for the app. I didn't want to learn 2 to 3 languages just for this project, so I vibe coded my way through the development. Claude is a lifesaver and GPT sucks. After getting the app down, I moved to the Pi, receiving the file, converting it into a 64 by 64 pixel image, and then displaying it.
It works. It works. Skip that song. Yes. Skip that song. And see, if you look at it, oh, it's not working. You can see it's coming through on the Raspberry Pi. You skip it again. Oh, bro. Dude, that's so big.
So after working out the bugs and kinks, there were quite a few of them, I could finally move on to the CAD design for the outside. After messing around for a few hours, I settled on a design that I liked. Double-checked all the dimensions. Let me rephrase that. I double-checked all the dimensions but the Raspberry Pi mounting bolts. We don't mention that though. Just a simple reprint and redesign. Here's the exploded view showing how the component is assembled. I really quite like this, and it's a good way to show how it is assembled. Speaking of assembly, assembly for this is not fun. It took ages and small bolts and washers kept on falling out. Here is how I assembled it. And here we are, 8 months of on and off, lots of off due to uni. We have my album cover display. I love this project so much. I plan on learning these languages at a later point to potentially add more to it, but I like the way it is now. Again, massive shout out to TuneShine. If you're all interested in having display for yourself, then take a look at them. Not sponsored, but I think they are doing some awesome work. Here's the final work for you to enjoy.
me like a ton of bird. I must be Mr.
By the way, yes, I am aware of the yellow square. It haunts my dreams. I will troubleshoot it later. Thanks for watching.